I was a person who hated 9 to 5 jobs. Okay, and I thought like this is not what I'm meant for. All right, now what I'm doing, am I doing? I am doing a 9 to 5 job. All right. So you see that I've been a crazy girl since the very beginning of my career. Like I just always thought that I'm never going to, do a particular job, and I'm always going to be a freelancer and then an entrepreneur. Okay. So in this video, I am going to talk about a business idea that failed. Well, before that, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Nirja Dikshit. I am a soft skills trainer and L&D specialist. Well, in this video, I am going to talk about something very close to me and it failed. Okay. So I thought that my life is going to change drastically once I start working on it, and I'm going to have instant results out of everything that I was doing to make my business work, but it did not happen. All right. So if you're someone who does not actually know me or who does not have an idea about what I was doing earlier, so I was working as a freelancer, and I also wanted, or I almost started my own company, which was Skillshift. Well, it is actually still in existence, but I'm just running an Instagram page for this. So let me give you a quick context about what Skillshift actually wanted to do. So Skillshift was a company or a soft skills training company which was supposed to deal with everyone, be it school students, university students, or people in corporate. Okay, so this was the whole idea, that I wanted to train them on soft skills because I see there is importance. Okay, it's not like there is no importance of training people about soft skills or about the skills that I teach actually, or I train people for. There is demand, but the thing is, it was a bit difficult to actually start the company. Okay, now whenever there is a business plan, there is a problem, okay, that the business plan is going to solve, right? So the problems that my business or like my Skillshift wanted to solve were how people struggle with their communication skills, public speaking, emotional intelligence, and so many other behavioral skills that I wanted, or like Skillshift wanted to solve for people out there. And we tried to make it work, but it could not happen. It's totally fine. And I feel like it is going to scale up simply because I was someone who was very well connected, or who did not face any difficulty in being connected with all the importance of these soft skills. Okay, I am someone who has given a lot of years, and I have invested a lot of my energy and my own, I can say, time in polishing my own skills. Okay, so I thought that why not just turn it into a business idea and let's just start working on it. Okay, so this was something that I wanted to do. Now I would like to talk about the reasons why I may have failed, or why my business may have failed, and what were the reasons that I could not scale up my business. Okay, but before that, let me quickly show you something. See, I got a new notebook specially for YouTube videos only. So you know that if you have watched my previous videos, that I always write notes for my any YouTube video. So this diary or this notepad is specifically for my YouTube videos, and there is written "Girl Boss" on it. Isn't it cool? Well, it is cool. And as usual, I have started with my notes. I have written them all so that I do not forget the important points. Okay, I have given you a quick context about what my business actually wanted to do, or like what was the problem that I wanted to solve. Okay, I will not go into details, but I just want to focus more on the factors that actually led to failure of that business idea. Okay, so let's start with my failure story. So I started with Skillshift back in 2023 on my birthday. 5th March 2023 was the day when I actually announced that Skillshift is something and I'm going to start something. Okay, so that was the day. And then in the beginning years or beginning months of the Skillshift, I just started creating content, and I started speaking or making videos or anything related to soft skills that I was training people for. Okay, then I don't know what happened. I did not actually work on Skillshift that much, or I can say in networking or connecting with people out there, and I was a little clueless. Okay, in the initial year, or I would say in 2023, I was very distracted, and my focus was not actually on my business. So I will definitely take the blame to not to be able to scale it. Okay, now since I'm reflecting back on the year 2023, it was more of, you know, self-learning or self-development year. There were a lot of things that were going on at that time, so I could actually not discuss or not, you know, scale it up, or I could not connect with a lot of people during that period of time. Okay, so that was the initial year. And then in the second year, which was the year 2024, again on my birthday, I just remembered that there is a company or there is something that I actually started or I wanted to work for. Okay, so during the second year I started working on it, and I actually got some projects, but not in the name of Skillshift. These were just freelancing projects in my own name. Okay, since my company is not registered, so it's obvious that there will be no contracts registered in the name of Skillshift. Okay, so I started working. There were some freelancing projects, and then I was training people already on one-on-one basis. So that was what I was doing behind the actual screen. Okay, so I think then in the second year I also tried to during the month of April or May and June, July. So these were 4 months when I tried to actually network with a lot of people. I met a lot of founders, and especially with the startups actually. And I think that was the first mistake that I did. Well, I believe that startups out there, they are not into employee development or employee learning program. Okay, so a lot of employees, or like a lot of companies, they definitely they do invest in the learning and development of their employees. Yeah, employees, right? Okay, so they definitely do this, but startups actually do not feel the need to do it. And startups, it's obvious, like at this point of time, if I am to hire anyone for Skillshift, I would not look at you know, upskilling of my employees. Okay, so that was the case, and that was the one big major mistake that I did during those 4 initial years. I was only reaching out to people who just started their business, so they were obviously the least interested people. Okay, now apart from this, the second mistake that I did was lack of negotiation skills. I definitely met a lot of people, they wanted to do it, but then again I was unable to come to a particular or proper price. And I was someone, I don't know why did I not go from a bill like certain amount. Okay, so that, I think that definitely played a major role in my failure, because in the initial years I think you should pick up the project, you should try to make a client base rather than running after money. Okay, so I was someone who just wanted to, definitely wants you know, I wanted a client base, but I wanted money more than client base, so that was a problem. Okay, and then I think again, the lack of negotiation skills. There are so many people out there who can definitely make good amount of money in the initial years or in the beginning of their business venture. Okay, but I was not one of them. Okay, so that was one thing. All right, now of course networking plays a major role in your business or in your startup. I did not had like many networks. Okay, I did not know a lot of people in the industry. I only knew my mentor at the time, and then I was slowly meeting a lot of new people from the industry as well. So at that, I think this is the problem with me. I am not consistent on one thing. I'm not consistent on, you know, actually running after, or actually you know, going deep into something that I have started. Okay, I just doubt myself sometimes, and I think that was the reason why I could not take it further, because I just could not handle, you know, empty pockets anymore. So that was the reason. And networking of course played a major role. I did not have networks, because I have seen people who have great network and they can get opportunities much more easier than me. Okay, now the third thing, or the another thing which also plays an important role if you are someone who is starting a business. Now if you want to do a business, you have to understand the market demand as well. Okay, somehow or somewhere I do feel honestly that the demand of soft skills or demand of behavioral trainers or the companies which actually deal with these type of trainings is lesser than, in comparison to other trainings such as IT trainings or, you know, any other trainings out there. Okay, so there is definitely a loophole in our system, in our education system, or be it, you know, some other learning and development industry of people out there. Okay, so yeah, definitely corporates, they do consider, you know, training their employees, but not up to a, like, it's not a necessity for them. They actually take it in a fun way. Okay, so lack of demand is definitely there. I think that's why also I could not find out valid or proper you know, requirements. Okay, so apart from this, I have already told you I was distracted in the year 2023, due to which it could not happen. Then the biggest, I would label it, the biggest challenge for me was the financial constraints. Okay, so I told you I could not bear empty pockets, or I could not, you know, just go with like one day I do have money and the other day I'm just sitting empty or like idle at my home. Okay, so that was the reason why I actually chose 9 to 5 job. All right, so in freelancing definitely there is money, but not as much as you think. In the initial years you'll have to stay broke for some time. So that was something I could not deal or keep up with. So I eventually I joined a 9 to 5 job, and I'm not ashamed to be here. I actually love it, and it's nice. Okay, I will not talk about that much. And you know, the time when I accepted my defeat about my company, or I can say about my startup or about my idea, was the time when I was very low, feeling very low about, you know, will I even be able to do it or not. Okay, so I accepted my defeat, and I just thought to myself, I just talked to myself that Nisha, it's totally fine. These are initial years. You may not be capable enough at this moment to start your business, but one day you can definitely come back, because it's never too late to start anything. Okay, or never too late to do something that you actually love and want for yourself. Okay, now let's talk about the next part of this video. After all this situation, I understood, or the lessons that I learned were, you know, it is very, very important to do market research before you dive, or before you invest any of your money into any business idea. If you're someone who has a lot of money, then definitely you can go for you know, without any market research, and you can definitely dive deep into the any type of business idea. But if you're someone like me, who did not had like a lot of financial support or at back end, then you definitely have to do market research. Please check out the demand of your business idea. Okay, of your idea, like, you understand it, right? All right, now second thing is, execution matters much more than ideas or planning. Okay, you have to execute. I remember that I have planned a lot for my company, or like, how will I register it, how will I take it further, how, whom to connect with. But then these were all just on paper. Okay, these were just the plans that I wanted to do it. Okay, I just did not do it. Okay, so there was no execution. You have to understand that you have to execute whatever you are thinking of. Then there can be two scenarios: either you will succeed in it, or you will fail. Okay, but at least you will stop thinking about the plans, or you will actually stop about the probability, think about the probability of it being, you know, successful. So you have to take it out of your mind and execute it. Okay, rather than just brainstorming the ideas or planning the things. Now the third thing that I learned from my failure was the paradigm shift, or the mindset shift. I understood that at this point I do not have enough capability to go on with this thing, and I think this is the high time I should get a job and start working as a full-time employee. Okay, so that was the reason, or like, I can say that was the time when I shifted my mindset. I embraced my 9 to 5 job. I can't believe that I'm saying it right now, because I've been someone who was against this you know, scenario, or I was someone who actually wanted to start with the freelancing only, and then you know, jumping into the company world or corporate world as a contractor or as a businesswoman. Okay, but still I embraced the mindset, I embraced the opportunity, or I grabbed the opportunity that showed me its way, or like that was on my way. All right, so I think that was all, and these were some things that I learned from my business journey, or like from my failed business idea. So is there any idea in your mind that failed? You wanted to execute it but you failed. Okay, so you can definitely comment it below. Let me know if you are also a failed business owner like me. Okay, now what will I do next? Well, as of now, I'm happy with my 9 to 5 job. I'm not thinking of starting any company or getting into the business world too soon. So I'll be learning a lot, I'll be networking with people, and then the most important part is I will be upskilling myself. Actually, I try to upskill myself on a day-to-day basis. I try to keep on finding new ways to create engaging content, or like mastering my own craft, which whatever I'm doing right now, I try to study as much as I can. And upskilling myself will always be the next move. Okay, it does not matter if I have failed. May have heard about that quote, that failure is the stepping stone of success. Okay, so definitely I take it very seriously. It is definitely a stepping stone towards success, because I have learned a lot during this failed venture, and I also realized a lot of things about myself, about my surroundings, and the way I have been brought up, okay, after this failed venture. Okay, so that's all for this video, guys. As I've asked you already, if you are also a failed business owner, you have to drop it in the comments. What was your business about? What were the mistakes that you did? Okay, and what were the lessons that you learned about from your business or from your failure? All right, so I'll see you in next video. Bye bye. Thank you very much for watching this video.